black, thicker than a snicker bag. Talking about she don't come with no baggage. All in her bag, I probably should. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow, Joe chasing a check. I'm really gonna run up.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Minnesota Vikings. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Snickers, you gotta spin. Eight. Blue 30. Snickers, you gotta spin.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Hurry up, let's go. Snickers, you gotta spin. Eight. Squirrel. Big.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, he just stuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. So they go out of the gun, try to delay it on the draw, but nothing there.
Yeah, good play by the defense there. They sniffed it out and made sure there were no gaps for him to run. If you're the offense, though, you have to think to yourself, maybe I go play action down the road.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44. There it is, the defense waking up after 3 plays that hurt them. Finally, they stand up.
They have a little pride, too, you know. 3 straight 1st down type plays. They didn't want to make one stick on their side, didn't they?
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. His throw caught, running on the 6. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 16 yards there at a 1st down again. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Samuels taking it in from a yard out. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. well on now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Wright's got it. They find some open field here. And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive the team towards a victory.
Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On the ground is Cook. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
So on fourth down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Now it's the backup Rudolph. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
Hey, we're good, we're good, we're good. We're good.
They run again on first down. Cook. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Now a second down throw for Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
On third down, Cousins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sometimes
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Steelers' offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
they had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
There's something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Everyone's got four down. Set. White 80. Right there. Good. 55.
On second down, Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 29 yards that time. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Anthony Barr able to drop him for a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. That was 2nd down run for Murray. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, fighting off the defender. And Cook has it left side. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. A 2nd down throw for Cousins. He's going to fire one deep left side, trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up. when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Second down, Cousins. Open man here is Conklin. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter and interceptions, or maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
First carry for James Conner, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Again, it's Conner, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
On third down, Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. Now a give. This is Murray. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
First down, here's Cousins. He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Here we go.
They run it again with Cook. Able to slither by. And some room to run now. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Morgan. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. First down, here's the run with Cook. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th.
All right, now here we go. Oh, here we go. Hey. Got three. Three down. Move.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
He'll get it up the middle. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Wide.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Kirk Cousins taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Aho. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now Cook. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Cousins now on 2nd down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Go ahead.
They'll run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Forbath out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Juju Smith-Schuster. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back,
and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tyler Matakevich not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Third and long for Cousins. And that is incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback. You got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because you're right, they have had no room to breathe. And the Steelers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on 4th down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Let's go. Quarter.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown. 44 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell.
Let's go.
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Linval Joseph. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And Boswell's kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown at 17-10. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Throwing here, Cousins. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Cousins. Toward the sideline. Boy, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. And this one's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
On the carry, it's Cook. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Cousins. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
It will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.